Hello, my name is Flora Umang and this is my presentation on motivation. So the title for my presentation is How can I apply motivation in my classroom to create a better teaching and learning process? First, what is motivation? Motivation is an internal process that can only be concluded by observing the individual's behaviors. Motivation is seen as a prerequisite of and a necessary element for student engagement in learning. There are three theories in motivation: expectancy value theory, valuing a task, expecting success. The first one, expectancy value theory. It is a theory where learners value either the outcome or process or learning and they expect to be successful. Therefore, teachers can help learners to see the value of what they are doing and give them a reasonable expectation of success in achieving it. Second, valuing a task. Valuing a task is when we show them that their work is important to them. Importance arises from the value placed on the process, on the product, on what the product begins, or what other people value. Valuing a task involves four types of motivation: extrinsic motivation, social motivation, achievement motivation, and intrinsic motivation. The third theory is expecting success. This is where students believe in their own efficacy and to what they attribute their success and failure to. Teachers play an important role in forming and maintaining these beliefs. Self-efficacy is how learners see their chances of success depends to a large extent on how they see themselves. If they think they are a failure and without any intervention from the teacher, they will think that they are really a failure. Whereas attribution is a different kind of belief about their own self, which refers to the causes, where individuals attribute to their previous successes or failures. And now, how do I apply all these theories on my teaching and learning process? I have 4 ways that I can apply motivation based on those theories to have a better and teaching and learning process. The first one is through stating success criteria and learning objectives. This is to be done before the lesson begins for 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes of our time to state the success criteria and learning objectives. This allows me as a teacher to tell my pupils of my goals for them throughout the lessons. By using and choosing simpler words is for better understanding, which is important especially for below average pupils. Sounding enthusiastic is added to the value when we state our success criteria and learning objectives to keep pupils interested and feel less anxious of the activities when they encounter the task later in the lesson. Teachers also have to tell them and assure them, especially the anxious learners in the beginning, where teachers can provide support during the task. Also, the total number of success, bear in mind, the total number of success criteria and learning objective per day must be achievable. That will not overwhelm both teachers and learners. The best one will be, for me, 2 learning objectives and 1 success criteria. That way, learners won't be overwhelmed and so is the teacher. So that is my first way. Second is choosing materials for young learners. Young learners, they enjoy visual aids. They love to see pictures more than the writings on the board when they learn. Therefore, visual aids is very helpful that can help learners to understand the idea of what you are trying to convey by attaching it to something that they can imagine which will then enhance their learning. Writings, on the other hand, will delay the process of understanding, and if learners fail to understand after some time, their motivation will decrease. Examples of visual aids are like flashcards, videos, diagrams, charts, and dimensional projects. It also depends on the activities as to where the visual aids can be used. For example, if you want to explain an abstract process of a butterfly, a transformation of a butterfly that starts or begin with a caterpillar, it's best if we show them charts or videos. That way they will understand the transformation. That is an example. The third way that how can I apply motivation is through planning interesting activities. Young learners, they are more engaged in their learning when they recognize activities that their teacher had prepared as the activities that they enjoyed. Activities that make learners move around and become excited when doing so would be, I would suggest, games. However, teachers can vary their activities from time to time to provide variety in the lesson that will hinder any dull and boring attitude. Once in a while, teachers could allow pupils to choose their own activities and invite opinions on how to carry out the activities. This can generate their satisfaction over the activities and give them a sense of power when they design their own activities. However, guidance can be provided to help pupils to design their own fun and meaningful activities to avoid them straying away from our objective of the day. And my last method on how I can apply motivation is by providing feedback. Young learners, they enjoy being praised by their teachers because they like the feeling of accomplishment and recognition for their own work, good work. For learners who haven't showed any positive outcomes, teachers can use this method during feedback, 2 medals and 1 mission technique. How do we do it? Before highlighting learners' mistakes, teachers can begin by praise them 2 of their good traits in their task. After that, and using that, it could help learners feeling motivated and at the same time improving themselves. And after that, teachers tell them the 1 mission technique, telling them what their mistakes is, and they're telling them to improve from time to time. Also, providing feedback means teachers can also give positive remarks from time to time, such as using the word good, very good, well done, whenever they perform positively throughout the lessons, not only towards the end of the lessons. So those will be how I apply motivation in my teaching and learning so that I can create a better teaching and learning process. The first one, stating success criteria and learning objectives. Second, choosing materials for young learners. Third, planning interesting activities. Fourth, providing feedback. And that's all for me. Conclusion is, the application of motivation in teaching and learning process can be done through these 4 strategies that I have mentioned. Thank you.